On this day in history, in 1968, a movie would hit the theatres which would become an absolute cult classic. The movie was made by 4 young lads from Liverpool. Those guys became the biggest, most influential pop band ever to grace the surface of the planet. They are, of course, the Beatles. The movie was the Yellow Submarine. It's 50 years old today. That's the 17th of July 1968 release date. And as such, I'm making 4 videos for the Fab 4, which will celebrate the occasion. And each of them will feature a different game. Today's game is Scrap Mechanic, so let's see what I've done. Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. It's good to be back, and here I am floating on this little inflatable bed here. Yep, all pretty cool. This is using the buoyancy mod by Casper Clark. Yeah, a cool little mod that makes water physics in Scrap Mechanic, so it's pretty cool. Since they allowed scripting, a lot of the modders have come up with some cool stuff, and this is one of those things. So the buoyancy and helium mod, I haven't messed around with the helium parts yet, just the water physics, and it is pretty damn awesome. As you can see, these things just bob around. I have a rubber ducky over there, I have a little beach ball which you can kind of just knock around. It doesn't do anything, but I guess you could make a game, set up a couple of goals and kind of knock it around there. We have the rubber duck, like I say, which you can jump in. Let's have a look. Oh, whoa, missed him. Underneath as well. There we go. Little legs point out the bottom. Oh, I just went crazy there for a second. And you can basically just thrust it around like so. Now this mod works in a certain way using certain parts, and I will quickly show you. Now you may have seen this on someone else's channel like Khan or Moonbo, but I'm going to show you anyway. So we have these parts here. Basically, this one and this one are activators. You need to have one of these on a creation in order to make it float in the water. Then you have the water itself, which, much like other water mods, adds a water layer to the world, to the entire world, that is. So anything above it will look like an island, anything below it will be under the waves, and these things will then float according to where that water level is. Now, if you place a water and you want to find out where it is, you can select there. With your selection tool, you'll be able to see the little white dot, and then you can delete it. So yeah, we don't want 2 layers of water on a world, and that's basically that. And then you have these, which are ballast, a single block and a bigger one there, and basically they make creations sink or float within the water. And then the drag block, which you can put around your creations. I've got a couple on the side here. Dot them around. Say, if, for instance, if you had a raft, you'd want one of these on each corner to make it float evenly. And basically that's all there is to it. The rest of it is thrusters, and things just kind of float. So this video isn't about things that float, it's about something that goes under the water, because today is the celebration, the birthday, 50th birthday no less, of the Yellow Submarine. The Beatles movie Yellow Submarine was released on the 17th of July 1968, 50 years ago, and to celebrate I have my own Yellow Submarine, which is sitting right here, excuse the jet skis, which again will be on the workshop, and here she is. So if we open up just here, we can hop right in, and then the 8 key shuts it, and we are in. Now you'll see on the back there's 2 flashing lights, and basically they are there to show you if you are in sync mode or rise mode. Now the green light is rise and the red light is sync, and basically they are 3 and 4. Now if you turn them both off, you'll kind of just bob in the water with the periscopes just above, and that should basically just sort of stay there. If you just zoom out, you'll see I'm kind of just staying there, sinking a little bit. But if I was to tilt that back there, I've got my arrow keys set to 5 and 6, and they make it go forward and backwards a little in the water, so you can kind of tilt it a bit. Now if I go 3, it will lift it out of the water like so, bouncy bouncy, and there it is. When you turn, the little tail at the back there turns as well, little fin, and basically we've got little portholes in the side, much like the movie. There are some seats inside, and also, yeah, not a lot else in there, to be honest. A lot of gubbins to make it float, and this was incredibly hard to get working, but it does the job now. So if I turn off 3 and turn on 4, we will go, oh, don't open that while you're underwater. We will go under the water, and here we are. Now, like I say, I can use 5 and 6 to tilt my nose up and down, which will just make it a little bit easier to guide this thing around. So let's just go over here. Let's zoom out a bit so we can see the whole creation. There it is. Now basically I can go way underwater. I've made this world very deep so that I could actually have a little play around and get this thing to really go into the depths here. I've created a little bit of underwater flora and fauna down here, basically using just the assets and then recolouring them, which kind of works quite well. And as you can see, if you colour them multicolours like purples and blues, it kind of looks a little bit more like underwater plants or coral, so that kind of works. And yeah, it all works pretty well. Being able to move the nose up and down is a godsend when you're underwater. It just makes it so much easier. We've got a little propellers on the back there which act as thrusters as well, and it did have bubbles. It did have bubbles coming out the back, which were part of the Legend mod, but at the moment that mod is broken and the particles don't show. So I don't know if that's going to get fixed. It did look pretty cool with the bubbles coming out the back. There was a short video of that on Twitter, so if you go to my Twitter page you will see that. But yeah, hopefully they'll get it fixed and we'll get that back. But as you can see, quite easy to navigate and fly this thing. Oh, fly? No, not fly. Pilot it underwater. Yeah, it works reasonably well. Now, when I said fly, there will be a version of this which does fly. I'm not going to go through that on the video today, but there will be a version on the workshop. It's just a flying one and doesn't use the buoyancy mod at all. Let's see if we can go through here. Should not be a problem. Pretty big gap for a submarine. Let's hope we don't get this caught. I think we'll be fine through there, no problem. So yeah, all worked reasonably well. Now I could hop out of this underwater. There's one more thing that we have, which is doors on the side there, which shows you all the inside, which I'm going to do once we get this back around. So I'm going to go back through the other cave here and see if we can get it as close as we can to that pier or jetty and park it up. Now let's see how we can do this. Okay, under there, no problem. And the jetty must be just round here. I'm loving the way these trees and everything look on this world. They are by Asker NMS. They are the Tropical Flora and Fauna pack. Pretty cool. And he also made some of the pieces I'm using on the pier there as well, some of the wooden parts. Let's bring this up then. And here we are. Not bad at all. Okay, so there it is. Now the problem is now, I'm not going to be able to get out of this with the doors on the side or get in the doors on the side because they'll be underwater. Now I know that isn't really going to work in the real world. If you open doors underwater, you're just going to flood the damn thing. But it does work in the case of this creation. So we're going to go down. I'm going to go right down to the bottom, in fact, and we'll open it down there because it will be easier to show you. So let's go. So 4, sinks us, lower the nose down, and turn this thing around. Come on, you can do it. She's a big girl, but she can get down there. I have faith in her. She is in all her glory. Once you go beneath the wave, the colour comes back. And there we go. So we're just about skimming the surface of that wall there. No problem. Let's take it down over here and see if I can get this thing to sit on the bottom and show you what I mean of the inside and how I did get this to work the way it does. Okay then, so we're going to leave the red light on there on number 4, which is just going to keep me to the floor. Oh, I forgot to mention, we do have lights as well on the front there on number 7. So yeah, it's all pretty cool. Now, let's get back out again. Oh, I can't get out. I'm stuck in the seat. Okay, let's, if I jump though, I'm probably going to get jammed. Let's see if I can get out of this. It's not opening. Now, this is a problem that's happening quite a lot. Oh, there you go. It threw me out. So if I open these, again, they're jammed. What did I expect? Now, placing a brick on the creation usually, and that was the wrong brick to place on the creation. I just placed an extra buoyancy brick, and yeah, that's gone. Let's try that again, shall we? Well, as you could see there, sticking an extra activator on that was not the best idea in the world. The whole damn thing just went right to the surface, leaving me on the seabed. Yeah, not exactly what I was going for. But here it is on dry land, so we're going to try this thing again. Now, I've tried to keep this as close to the original, or as it looks in the film, as possible. It's got all the looks of that, with the portholes, a little design on the side, the periscopes up there, the fin on the back. It all looks pretty much like it did in the movie. But let's take a look on the inside then. So how does it work? Well, in here, as you can see, we have a lot of those ballast blocks that I was talking about earlier. Now they make this thing go up and down, and it simulates them filling and emptying with water. There is the love is all you need sign, of course, and some chairs for you to sit in with your friends with the portholes to look out of. Now it did have chairs up here as well. The flying version still has them, but there was no room in here because of all the ballast blocks to make this thing work. Now I've currently got the keys set, a lot of gubbins there, you can see a lot of wiring. I've currently got the keys set as such. 1 takes you up in the water, 2 takes you down, 3 turns the green light on and raises rapidly, 4 turns the red light on and dives, 5 and 6 kind of pitch you backwards and forwards to give you a little bit more control under the waves, and 7 turns the headlights on, and 8 opens and closes the door when the damn thing doesn't get jammed, which it's doing quite a lot just recently. And that is about it. There really aren't any other controls. This turned out epically. It's perfect for what I wanted. As I say, there will be another 3 videos, all of them connected to the Yellow Submarine, to celebrate the 50th birthday, so look out for those. I am going to be using this mod again soon also, so look out for that as well. I do want to do more with this mod because it's damn awesome. Love the work that Casper Clapp put into this. There's definitely more ideas I have to use with it, so I'm going to do that. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, why not spank the hell out of that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe for more great content. And until the next time, see you soon, and bye for now.